Yo, what is up guys? This is Troy D from the Troy D 24/7 Mall channel, your source for on-point and no hype reviews. We are back yet again, everybody. We're back with another fragrance video right here, guys. And today I will be talking about a clone comparison. Yes, we're back in the world of fragrance clones, and I'm gonna do a clone versus clone comparison between arguably the most famous, the most owned clone on the planet versus a clone that I'm sure once you find out about this, you'll be like, man, I didn't even know this existed. So to get all those curiosities aside and answer that, we're gonna go through a head-to-head comparison between the two. Now, before I continue, please do not forget to like and subscribe, guys, okay? Liking, subscribing, and watching the ads is a great big deal to this channel. It does help me procure all these fragrances that you guys and gals are really curious about. The new Amouage, not a problem. Pineapple Vintage 6, not a problem. I do purchase them as soon as I get them, thanks to all your support. So if you haven't done so, it's free on your end. Please do not forget to like and subscribe. And the fragrances that will go head to head today are none other than number one, Armaf Club de Nuit Intense Man. This one right here is, again, arguably the most famous, the most sold clone on the planet. And this fragrance will go head to head with Latafa / Maison Alhambra's Official Club Intense. Yes, Official Club Intense by Maison Alhambra, guys. Oh my bejesus. This is going to be exciting. And I know a lot of you guys already know about CDNIM, but this whole thing started with a meme that I saw online as I was perusing the groups. I think it was Jen Sense Family. I saw this thing and I could not believe that Maison Alhambra would come up with a fragrance like this. And the thing that made me curious was that I wondered if Official Club Intense by Maison Alhambra was going to be a clone of Aventus, or did they clone CDNIM? Now, before I proceed, let's talk about where I stand when it comes to perfume clones. What is my stance? Now, perfume clones, in the beginning, they were generally frowned upon by members of the fragrance community. I mean, much like bootlegging or wearing a fake whatever, people used to look down on fragrance clones, guys. But as time passed by and the fragrance community exploded in members and interest, and of course, the economy, the world economy, not being really where it is. I mean, definitely after COVID, I mean, these fragrance clones definitely exploded and they become accepted and hyped within the fragrance community, guys. So my stance is this. Obviously, not everyone can afford fragrances, especially in a massive amount, especially with the same kind of enthusiasm where you really want to try everything. And we all know in Fragcom that hobby can bury your wallet. We know a lot of people that have lost a lot of money that they couldn't recoup because of fragrance addiction. That is definitely rampant in the fragrance community right now. These two clones right here are $20 clones of the well-known $400 Creed Aventus. Okay, Creed Aventus, $400 versus $20 right here. What a huge price disparity, guys. And when I say $20, it's not a $20 sample. It's not a $20 decant. It's a $20 full bottle, 100 ml clone of Creed Aventus. You don't have to be rich to own a piece of Aventus right here. You know that song, you don't have to be rich to be my girl. You don't have to do that. For $20, you get an impression of Aventus. You could be cash strapped and you're on a tight budget, and you can still enjoy these right here. No excuse not to buy them. Now, Creed Aventus right here, there is a reason why this fragrance is called King Aventus, okay? There is a reason. Number one, this is the most popular fragrance on the planet. I mean, you don't have to have Fragcom friends to know about Creed Aventus. And not only do they know about Creed Aventus, but they love Creed Aventus, okay? They love Creed Aventus. So the reason for that is the formula. So Creed Aventus definitely has one of the most beautiful openings ever. It's been copied now by everybody and their mamas, but the opening right here does have pineapple, bergamot, apple, and blackcurrant, creating this citrus, uplifting, fruity intro that's just addictive and lovable. And it's also compliment getting. I mean, guaranteed, whether you wear this one or the clones, you are gonna get complimented for any Aventus-like intro. But also, what's so great about Aventus is how it progresses. So it goes into a patchouli, jasmine, and rose mid with the smokiness of birch. So definitely with Creed Aventus, you have that citrus fruity push, but then the British part of Aventus does come in, making it a classy gradient. It goes into this classy tangent with that leathery birch that mixes in with the spike of patchouli, rose, and jasmine. And then the dry down of Aventus is absolutely lovely as well. It's a chypre, but I would say that it is the opening of Aventus that catches a lot of people. Now, Armaf CDNIM, guys, is such a clone that takes advantage of that intro. It is a forward-leaning clone of Aventus that really is more on the intro. So that is the well-known part of Aventus. That's exactly what CDNIM goes for. And here in the opening of CDNIM, a lot of people are saying that the opening is harsh, that it's pretty synthetic and harsh and it's too tart. But let me say this, that this opening performs absolutely well outside in the high heat outdoors. It smells absolutely better than spraying CDNIM indoors, guys. Why? Because it dissipates in the air, and that's where that extra dose of tartness, that fruitiness, that juiciness comes into play because of that outdoor feel. When the wind hits you, it's just perfect. And for me, being outdoors most of the time, that's exactly what I needed at that moment. This intro of CDNIM is much more fruitier, juicier, tart. There's much more pineapple in this than the Maison Alhambra. Now, the thing about CDNIM is that all of this settles down really quickly. You are still going to get a nice sillage in the beginning, but it does settle down within 15 to 20 minutes of this fragrance. And that's probably why they reformulated this thing into the eau de parfum or limited edition, because that is probably one of those weaknesses of CDNIM, is that it settles down rather quickly. And also the sillage of this goes from a stronger lingering scent to now a for sure lingering scent within 15 to 20 minutes. Of course, anybody will argue that you can just overspray because it's $20. I agree. But on a fair 6 to 7 sprays of CDNIM, that's what I got. It settled into a lingering scent 15 to 20 minutes in. Now, after trying multiple Aventus clones as well as niche enhancements to the Aventus formula, I will say this, that the mid of this fragrance is actually pretty balanced. I mean, it does harken to the smoky pineapple parts of the original Aventus, but it's not too smoky. There's enough patch, there's enough jasmine, lingering jasmine, as well as a rose note. Of course, not high quality rose, but it's still there to create the impression of Aventus. It is a balanced mid that I like. And then when it comes to the dry down of Armaf CDNIM, because this fragrance is a lot more focused on the start and the mid, creating that impression, to me, I also got some of the dry down notes, but it's more like an oak moss, woods, vanilla combination. I wouldn't say there's even real ambergris in this that the original can provide. However, it will still give you that impression of the dry down. But this fragrance, like I said, is a lot more focused on the start to mid. And as the performance of this fragrance dwindles over time, really, the dry down won't matter as much to you. At least it didn't to me, because I clearly saw what the purpose was of CDNIM. For $20, you can spray this thing 1,000 times and create that intro and that balanced mid that will captivate everyone around you. Okay, now let's talk about the fragrance clone that you guys are probably here for, watching this video for, and that is a fragrance clone that you probably didn't even know existed. This is none other than Maison Alhambra / Latafas Official Club Intense. Okay, so again, this one right here, I saw it on a meme and I didn't think it existed. The thing is, Maison Alhambra already has an Aventus clone called Avant. However, Maison Alhambra is well known for making multiple clones of the same fragrance, guys. Okay, so they did that with Tuxedo by making the Tux and Kismet Angel. Okay, so these two are kind of like clones of Tuxedo, but they made two, and a lot of people were thinking that this would be a clone of CDNIM. So I'll straighten this out right here. This is not a clone of CDNIM. Matter of fact, the execution of Official Club Intense is much different than CDNIM. This clone, Maison Alhambra Official Club Intense, has a darker profile because of a larger amount of birch and leather that actually seeps into the opening, guys. So the fruitiness, the tartness, the uplifting pineapple that you might get in CDNIM is going to be immediately, not muted, but it's going to get run over by this increasing birch and leather. And so the initial profile of this is dark. It's dark, it's smoky. You're gonna get a smokier pineapple mix, and you are not going to get a harsh opening right here. So this one definitely has a darker profile, less citrusy, less fruity. But the one thing that did surprise me right here was the complement factor. So the complement factor of this is just as huge, or actually better than CDNIM, probably because of the gradient. There's a gradient right here, and because the citruses aren't like booming, it leaves you wanting more, or it does leave the people wanting more whenever they smell you. So the thing about this fragrance, yes, it's much more smokier and leathery, but I also got a ton of compliments on this fragrance right here. The other thing to take note as well is that this fragrance, the performance is way better than CDNIM. I mean, obviously this is a latter released fragrance clone, and so they definitely looked into the performance. And this fragrance with 6 to 7 sprays will create a strong aura scent, much more stronger than that lingering scent, guys. And I think everything is stronger here, whether it's the birch or the citruses, the kind of like tamed citruses of Maison Alhambra's Official Club Intense. They're still going to be strong enough to become an aura scent, to get people that are past maybe 5 feet away. They're definitely going to smell you, versus CDNIM, which has a strong lingering scent but then settles down within 15 to 20 minutes. Official Club Intense settled down after 3 hours. 3 hours, guys. Okay, so it settled down into a lingering scent similar to the CDNIM strength, but within 3 hours versus 15 minutes, guys. Okay, so I will say this one right here, Official Club Intense, might not be your summery uplifting type of Aventus scent, but when it comes to the performance and the way that it comes across and the compliment getting factor, I would say that this is a lot better than CDNIM. Now, with that being said, with the disparity in performance, you may have to upgrade your CDNIM to EDP, Parfum, or the limited edition right there. I mean, of course, it's gonna cost you double or more, but I mean, this one kicks the other one's butt when it comes to performance. It's not going to compete with the Maison Alhambra. Now, the thing is though, is that the Maison Alhambra, due to its darker profile, the usage is going to be different. This one right here, the Maison Alhambra, it's definitely a lot more usable in AC environments, cooler environments. I mean, definitely nighttime, probably the club or going out to bars or to a function, like a semi-formal function. It would be nice to wear this fragrance right here due to its darker, smokier, leathery components right here. I mean, opposed to CDNIM, which is a lot more, I would say, general. It's an all-around type of fragrance to get the initial impression of Aventus. Okay, so that's what I can say when it comes to the usage of both. Now, total performance for me, guys, CDNIM total is 7 hours, guys, and this one right here, Maison Alhambra Official Club Intense, 7 to 8 hours, guys. So they're pretty close when it comes to the longevity. However, like I said, the Maison Alhambra has a stronger aura scent that settles down after 3 hours. But the price though, $20, I mean, you know, who's complaining? I mean, you guys can just overspray this, drench yourself anytime, any day. I think that it won't ever hurt your wallet right there. So I'm just saying that is, you know, what I got with 6 to 7 sprays of each fragrance right here. But different execution though within those 7 hours. This one, the Official Club Intense by Maison Alhambra, definitely stronger, settles down after 4 hours. This one 15 minutes. And there is a reason, like I said, why they keep reformulating this into something bigger and better. It's probably because of the original CDNIM's performance issues. Ultimately, these two fragrances are the cheapest way to get the impression of the $400 Creed Aventus, guys. And I heard that recent batches of Creed Aventus, the performance is better. That's what I heard. I mean, I can't wait to actually get into that and see if the 2023 or 2022 versions are better. But I have seen reports that are saying that it's gone better as well. But again, you can't beat the pricing on this. Come on, $20. $20 each, not for a decant, but for a full bottle. I mean, that's pretty much the cheapest way to get an impression of Aventus. It won't entirely be like Aventus, but you are gonna get the full impression of Aventus with either of these fragrances without a doubt. Compliment factor, easy, really, really cheap. You could be on any budget and you can afford any of these fragrances. I mean, there's no surprise. Zara, Banana Republic, they're all coming into this mix because they want a piece of the Aventus clone pie as well, guys. Okay, so I mean, definitely try this. And if you are on a budget, I think you'll be very happy with either of these fragrances right here. And I just really wanted to compare them, especially for those that are curious about the Maison Alhambra. Again, you can own both. Definitely the same Aventus impression, but with some tweaks, slightly different execution and performance of each, guys. Okay, so that is it. That is my clone versus clone comparison of Armaf CDNIM the OG versus Maison Alhambra's Official Club Intense. Let me know in the comments below what y'all think of all of this. What to you is the best Aventus clone out there, the cheapest and best Aventus clone out there? Comment below, guys. I would love to know and get into that as well. And of course, check out all my clone comparisons on the playlist that I will be linking at the end of this video, guys. Now I'm heading out because it's hot as hell and I really want to go to the mall and cool off a little bit, guys. Okay, so I'll see you guys on the next video. God bless, take care, peace.